Hi-ho, Beaver! Away!
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to UGC Season 23 of Highlander action here on KritzKast. My name is Jake. Today with me is Chando, and we are going to be casting a game between two teams in the middle of a table right now, fighting for what there's left of those spots for the playoffs that are coming after the next week. And obviously today we have two teams struggling a little bit in the season. We do have 0 friends online, and I do believe the other team is going to be... Wiethoofd told me. What was the name?
I know. It is Contain Nuts. I can't pronounce it in Finnish, but it is Contain Nuts in English. And that's what we're going to be going with. Sorry, any Finnish viewers, but yeah, it's going to be 0 friends online versus Contain Nuts. Two teams currently fighting in the middle of the leaderboards at the moment, so everything to play for. Potential playoff teams here, but they're really gonna have to be fighting it out. So it's gonna be a very important game for both of them.
Very important game. Like I said, they've been kind of middling out this season. There's a few players here and there that are boosting the ranks of those teams. However, most of these names are kind of fresh. They've been playing a few seasons before in various leagues, but they have never really wanted to go high. This season, they're playing Plat, and they're trying to go against the big dogs. Like, here I'm looking at this, the Throwing, for example, who have kind of had a hard season as well, but they've been doing pretty well. Danish Noises, Fela Esports, who have been undefeated this season so far, 6 wins, 0 losses. Gimme Opponent, for example, or Team Colin/Frosties, they've been kind of winning, but for the most part, this season has been kind of equalized. Apart from one team, which is Fela Esports, all teams have taken a fall here and there against each other. So at this point, it could be literally anyone's game, depending on how the rosters, how the squads, how the schedules align. That will depend on this game's result as well. It's not only the players' fault if they don't get to playoffs. Obviously, they can play the best TF2 Highlander they can. However, if it's down to the cards, if it's down to the stats and logs, it's very difficult to predict who is going to be at the end in the playoff section after the next week.
Absolutely anyone's game, Jake. So a little bit of information about these teams. Yeah, as you said, they're both currently contesting in about the middle of the board a little bit. So on one side, the Finnish team, that is Contain Nuts. So they're currently on 3-3 losses, while what's the other team's name?
0 friends online.
0 friends online. Sorry. Yeah, they are currently about I think it's 2-4. So they're a little bit behind. So slight edge perhaps for the Finnish team Contain, but could go either way. Friends online been playing for quite a long time with a fairly consistent roster, owned by Ivor, and yeah, so players like Polarium, Bobber, Deep Fry Monkey, Bram Mulvik, they've all been playing together for a long time together, just name a few. And yeah, so I can assume they've got some pretty good cohesion as a team. They've definitely been playing for at least sort of 2 or 3 seasons. So that being said, the team Contain Nuts, very Finnish team. In fact, I believe they're all Finnish, in fact, and that usually helps for cohesion. In the past, whenever I've played sort of like national teams, I've always found that like they've had like a good synergy about them, and I assume these guys are going to be no different. So both teams, I think, are going to have some interesting strategies, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what they have to perform.
Yeah, just getting a little heads up from Wiethoofd, who is on production today, coming back after his short hiatus last week. One of the teams is going to be looking for a mercenary, as they are having trouble getting their players in, which is kind of unfortunate for Highlander, but you know, this is what it is with 9 people on the server on each of the teams. There's a lot of players you have to account for, and sometimes there's stuff happening in real life that you can't really account for either. As a result, yeah, the teams will have to boost their ranks with someone. We do have 9 players on each of the teams right now, and obviously we do have to mention the Pyre update, which has came out last week on Friday, on Saturday as well. I mean, kind of like this evening for us Europeans here. That this update has messed up quite a few things. They've added quite a few weapons that obviously have been banned already and whitelisted by UGC. These weapons need to be first tested in order to implement them in the league. So for now, they are going to be out of play. There's a few more items that are banned currently due to some exploits. This is the Dalakos bar, which hasn't really seen any use in Highlander so far, but right now it has a pretty huge exploit that could have been a big problem for UGC to handle. One of the other weapons is obviously, I'm just thinking of, we do man threads, which apparently give you strafing speed after you jump, which is also a pretty huge exploit. And there was one more, Beggar's Bazooka. So no, yeah, those 3 weapons are currently banned until they are fixed by Valve. And obviously we're not going to be seeing any of the new maps, unfortunately, not yet at least, as none of them are tested. None of them are tested in terms of balance and in terms of quality, in terms of performance. So for now, the Pyro update has kind of skipped over Highlander, especially UGC here. Maybe we'll see them next season, maybe not. We'll see how the team and that's regarding the balance. If the UGC decides to run them next season, that'll be really cool to see. But for now, we are just holding off. So, without further ado, we're going to move into rosters, Chando. In the red corner of the ring, left side of your spectator UI, attacking first is going to be the Finnish national team, I dare say. Oh, that's the right side for Wiethoofd. Oops, sorry, there. But containing nuts here is going to be Karpi, Sule Kulu, Mason, Dadislav, Slovfem. That's a long name. That's just Mason then. Robin, Kauko, Randomize, Juho, Fundo, and Cougar. And for the other team, which is Zero Friends Online, Chando, who do we have?
Well, first of all, just thank you for not letting me not have to say those Finnish names. On the Zero Friend Online side, we're going to have Fen playing Soldier, I do believe, Parking Turtle playing Engineer, Ivor playing Demo Man, Bobbert playing Sniper, Polarium, well, possibly Sniper, Polarium playing, not too sure actually, maybe Heavy, Deep Red Monkey, I think, might be playing Medic, Emo probably playing Scout, Brad Mulvick on Spy, and Junie. Don't take my word for those classes, but that's the lineup, and I guess we'll see fairly soon how they're going to be approaching their which player will be playing what.
Yeah, and obviously this mandatory mention about a map every single time I do it, even though we've played on these maps more times than we can probably count, more hours spent on these maps on pubs than any of us in the chat or here in the casting booth can count. It is the PL Upward, very standard, very old-fashioned, very played-through map, which prioritizes quality pushing, like wiping the other team, not letting them stall the cart as much as possible. We are going live right now and just gonna finish on the topic. This is one of the most standard maps you can get. This and Badwater are the 2 staple maps for Highlander, payload maps, long sightlines for snipers in various areas. First point is very easy to push, but it gets progressively harder as the attacking team progresses through the points. And we are going to be looking at the NG spot right now, building the standard dispenser spot in the staircase, blocking spies from accessing that high ground and minimizing the risk of getting drop stabbed by a sneaky man here. Sentry is in a bit further position here, right next to the rock. Obviously, it offers a little bit less protection for the team, but also is a lot more protected from any kind of incoming spam. And obviously, if the engineer is running the Wrangler, it is going to withstand quite a lot of damage and have that increased range available. So, 15 seconds to go. Chano, we're going to be looking at probably the demo first wave of respawns, first wave of suicides, with Polarium leading the charge here on the Demo Man class, followed up by Fen and supported by Chemo, who has been doing very well in the seasons as well. He's the mercenary I was talking about here before. As their gate is down, and currently they're out of it, going forward for the first suicide wave.
Yeah, very common to see a suicide wave on this first point here to try and get a force or a sentry pick or even a med drop if you're lucky there. And we're going to be seeing Zero Friends Online starting to push the cart now, just tickling the car a little bit, making sure it gets to a good position perhaps before they commit to anything. Ivor going down there, who is actually playing Pyro. And now a jump from Phoenix and Polarium is going to actually not do that much. Phoenix is going to get picked off, and it looks like Polarium's just going to be penning out a bit of spam, but he's by Karpi on Sniper, and Now, yeah, I guess that was a suicide wave. Maybe I would like to see a little bit more committed from the rest of the team, but I didn't actually, unfortunately, get that much. Did manage to take down Cougar, who was playing Scout there, but that's not going to do much. However, Brown Molvik goes down along with Chemo there, and the sentry does go down for the defending team there, so that might provide a little bit of an easier push if they need to there. They have built a level 1 already, but it is weak again, and now maybe they're getting ready for the push here as Polarium starting to take a bit of ground there. Carpi, however, does get the pick onto Bobert, and that is going to give some sniper superiority on that playground. It is a lethal position if the sniper can just reign supreme, and it looks like Carpi might be. He does get set on fire and has to back down, and they're just pushing in the car a little bit. Managed to get the pick onto Phoenix, however, and it looks like now friends online will be getting ready for this uber push. Yes, they are onto Polarium. Counter comes out onto Randomize the finished Pyro, and it looks like it's going to heavily in favor of Contain Nuts. And yeah, they're going to be backing up here. Not really much has changed. Chemo and Boba both going down in the aftermath, along with Deep Fry Monkey, who does get taken down as well. Both medics are going to survive. Arga with a small Uber advantage.
And Carpi here doing an amazing job keeping the enemy teams at bay on a 6 kill streak at the moment. 8 kill streak actually. Just completely dismantling any sort of push that's coming in, being overhealed and keeping close to the combo, very good. But right now, the Finnish team is moving back. Contain Nuts are giving up the first point after putting up a pretty good defense here, but they want to settle up on the second point. It's going to be much more important here. They're moving in. Chemo here. Polarium. Carpi gets one more, and Fundo kills Junie. Such an important pick here. That's the medic down for the offensive team. They're still moving in, trying to push in the cart as much as possible without the medic. That's all they can do in this situation. They cannot push. They have a massive Uber disadvantage here. That's 100%. Spy tries to do something here. Brand Molvik, unfortunately, he's not able to do. He's caught out by the Pyro. And right now, the sentry is set up. Level 3 dispenser. Mason is keeping it up very well, using that rescue ranger to keep it alive. And right now, it doesn't seem that the enemy team here, Zero Friends Online, are going to be able to do anything about the Nuts defense here. They're so well positioned here with the sniper Carpi being protected and body blocked by Roban. There's some people trying to move in once again. Brand Molvik, Parking Turtle, trying to do something and stabbed and killed by the stickies as well. The enemy team here is moving forward here. Zero Friends Online moving in. Bobber tries to take down the sniper, forcing me out of the position right now. Right now, Carpi is peeking back in after receiving those overheals, but the sentry goes down eventually to Polarium. A very important peek here. Fen is on the cart all by himself. Is Fondo creeping him over. Collected here by Chemo as well. Moving in forward of Junie, and Polarium popping the Uber. Flying up the air. Junie but flashing only Polarium. Polarium eventually goes down. Unfortunately, he was not able to flash him. Johnny runs away, but there's still no sentry up and running, and Contain Nuts will have to probably move back to the third point.
Yeah, quite possibly there, and well, really good sticky placement from Calco there as the use in was able just to completely blast the medic away from his combo there and whittle down the rest of the combo, getting them very weak, and they did have to back out there. Oh, the stab onto Randomize from Bam Molvik there. Didn't think he was going to get that, but he gets the pick onto the Pyro, and it looks like now they're going to have no trouble pushing this next point as Polarium locks down that choke point. Managed to take down Carpi before having to back up. That's going to be sniper superiority for Bubba. And now just getting ready with the combo, pushing the car into the right position. They could be taking it just a little further. They still don't have to worry about that sniper. Could maybe be getting a bit of space here. And Janelini and Aga both with 100%. Could be looking at an Uber exchange here. The sentry on the defending team playing very aggressive at the moment. And Bramovic going down before he's able to do anything about it. So I've never seen a sentry in quite that position before, but it seems to be working. It can hold off the car, and it can hold off the choke point there. So there's some potential for that spot there. I quite like that. But now Uber comes out. Actually, Deep Ray Monkey getting dropped before getting flashed there. The counter comes out, and it's going to be just a WM1 fest from Ivor there. He's trying to do something, but he's completely caught out. And Junie is going to be able to get out with his life there. That's a pretty disappointing Uber exchange there from Zero Friends Online.
As they're currently moving back the sentry using that engineer rescue ranger. Quite a few kills being exchanged here. Deep Fried Monkey going down. Polarium as well. Robon on a 6 kill streak right now. Still holding in that drop down area with Aga. Fairly well protected. Both medics on 50%. A nice pick on to Kauko by Bobbert. That's going to allow them to move this sentry a little bit further forward. Randomize is close on it, but he gets picked as well, as there's no pyro either. Card is currently being very quickly pushed towards the point here. The soldier tries to jump in, a few rockets in, takes down 2! Juho on a massive 2 kill streak. Unfortunately pays with his life there, but the cart is stopped. That's all he wanted to do, and he's gonna be back in no time. Carpy takes down Fen, who is the only one on the cart right now, and the Zero Friends Online will have to regroup at some point. They're currently calling the 100% Uber chargers, reaching it as well. Aga has 100 as well, making sure he builds that Uber very efficiently. Heals up the team. Kauko is a bit low on health, but Bobbert takes down Robin as well. Bobbert is so unstoppable right now. Polarium goes in, trying to spam out the sentries. Sentry gets zapped all the way back here. Stopping the Uber pushes. Aga of the team here, Randomize trying to push them away. He does so, but they're not picking up any kills right now. Cougar actually going down as well. A lot of people, only 3 people up for the red team. That's not enough to secure this point for themselves, as it's currently being capped here. Chemo chases up Aga. That's going to allow Junie quite a bit of an advantage here. Already 40% is going to be about 70 once Aga spawns, as last point spawns for the defense are excruciatingly long. The red team is currently holding in the balcony in those windows. Very important place to stay, but without the help of a medic, they're going to be lacking on the health department. As Junie is reaching 60%, moving in. Deep Fried Monkey is the only person down on the team. They're moving in still. Zero Friends Online are just not stopping at any time. Here gets picked on the Parking Turtle. Quite a few people on low health. Junie still has that Uber advantage. They're trying to go. Aga sneaks by on fire, but he's alive here into the windows. Very important to keep him alive. Here's only Robin and him at the moment. They're rushing them right now. Chemo trying to go in, taking out Robin. A lot of damage being put. Robin goes down. Aga's all by himself, running away on fire. He might be able to get out. No, he's not. Chemo chases him down, and there's only 4 people up for the defensive team. Zero Friends Online are pushing the cart. Uber has been popped, jumping into the spawn, trying to take down everyone they can. Carpies get stabbed as well. That's not going to be enough right now. Too many people are down. They're trickling them. Zero Friends Online. They're losing a few players' health, but there's a heavy Deep Fried Monkey on the cart, gonna push it all the way through, and there's not gonna be anyone to stop this.
Absolutely unstoppable play there from Zero Friends Online. I didn't expect that Uber to work at all. The push was the Uber exchange itself was fairly early, and they had to use it just to take the top area before dropping down. And by then the Uber charge was pretty much gone. But somehow they were able to get Polarium, up onto the top sentry nest, and were just able to put a ton of damage onto that backline battlements there. And Chemo showing, as he has done all season, how good he can be in an Uber exchange there, able to take down Aga before the counter Uber could be exchanged. And yeah, so really good choice for a Merc, if I'm being honest with you there, Jake.
And currently, right now, there's a bit of a trolling going on with Aga, just charging up those vaccinated charges, I do believe. I don't think he's going to be running that Medigun off the bat. No, he says switch. That was just a little mischievous trick to trick us casters into thinking there might be something spicy going on. But the sentry is, again, in a little bit further up the hill, offering more protection, especially in the terms of wrangling it. Unfortunately, it will also take a lot more spam from the team. But let's see how Zero Friends Online will approach this, as the gates are down. The first wave is coming out. Medic is staying all the way back in spawn, healing up Carpy. He's been doing so much work on the first point, but unfortunately he was not able to stop everything. Robin taking quite a lot of damage, but those Fists of Steel are going to help him quite a lot. They're moving onto the cart, pushing as far as they can before they jump goes in. Kauko trying to put so much damage onto the enemy team, but it's not enough. Fondo, Kauko going both down here. And right now here, Zero Friends Online are currently just kind of struggling, putting some people on the cart, pushing as far as possible before they push in with the Uber charge. Cougar going down as well, cleaned up by Fan. No people dead except for Ivor on the defensive team here. As Zero Friends Online are going to be able to hold this for a bit while longer, as Aga is moving into position. No, he's still standing. There's a spy, Bran. He's in such a good spot right now. He's been unseen by anyone. He's going to stab Carpy. Good pick here. Should have waited for the medic though, because it's the most important pick. Both medics still 100% charge. Aga has came out of the spawn. Brad is behind the medic. He's spotted out by Randomize. That was so close to stabbing the medic, popped very early and kind of forced their deep fried monkey. He's running away right now. He's in a lot of trouble. Counter pop has been executed here. Polarium is chasing down people, trying to take out anyone that is lingering about. Kauko going down eventually as Demo down. Unfortunately, he will not be able to take down the sentry, but the sentry is down already. It's been spammed out.
Yeah, and well, just as quick as it gets taken down, it's trying to go up again. Does get spammed once again down by Juho, and really well held so far by Zero Friends Online. But at this point, I think they're realizing they're going to have to back out there, and it looks like, yeah, Juni's going to try and get out. Almost got picked off there by Fundo, but was able to rat him out in time. So they're going to be backing up there, falling fairly weak, but I believe that was the conch that came out to provide that little bit of a speed buff to get them back in time. So that was well executed there by Phoenix, and now they're going to be setting up again on the fairly aggressive, actually, now the sentry playing on top of the hill there, and now the Finnish combo pushing straight across there, not wasting any time. They really can't be. Only 6 minutes left, so the Ubers do get exchanged. Counter comes onto Ivor, trying to isolate whoever they can there, and he's going to keep going forward. He's trying to WM1. The medic there, is he going to get him? He is indeed. Arga going down to a virtual WM1 there by Ivor, and wow, really good exchange there. Really good balls from Ivor to carry that out, and they're going to be able to now set on about a 25 to 30% advantage there. Got Carpi trying to play up there for a pick, see what he can achieve. And Calco putting out good spam onto that top area there. Bobber get taken down, going to give Carpi that sniper superiority there. And Calco going down in return. Chemo on the flank there with the 2k. Carpi and Calco both going down to him as well. Bramovic and Chemo getting killed as well. Frags on all angles, and now Zero Friends Online use this as an opportunity to push forward there, but maybe they're getting a little too cocky. Polarium's going to have to back up there. The sentry's getting sapped quite hard there, and actually go down to some good pistoling from Hondo. And at this point, who get the pick on the Phoenix, they're going to be able to push up a bit. No sentry, and they are now playing far back in the top shed, which I haven't seen for a while, to be quite honest with you. I haven't seen this for a couple of seasons now, putting players in here, but maybe it'll work there, as it looks like we're possibly going to see an Uber exchange through here. Cougar and Jew are going down. The Uber finally comes out onto Polarium. They can use this maybe as a chance to escape, and the other Uber onto Calco. Not really going to achieve anything, just kind of achieve a stalemate there. And now it's just Deep Fried Monkey. Can he get the picks he needs now? Randomize. Burn out good spot to Calco there. Roban's going to come up to try and support as best he can. So's Phoenix on the other team. Deep Fried Monkey and Polarium now going to be trying to re-secure this second point. And with 4 minutes left, they're actually sitting fairly comfortably. If they can hold this well, they're already getting the sentry up. So it looks like they're going to commit to hold here in a more passive play style, which fairly ballsy play there, but it might just work as Juhu goes down. Polarium in return, so it looks like they may have to back out there as they finally get the cap onto the second point, and have rescued out. Going to be getting ready for a third hold.
Yeah, that was a pretty good hold here by Zero Friends Online. They've been doing pretty well so far. They actually stalled it a little bit longer than the Nuts have actually hoped for. But they're currently on the cart. 100% Uber charge in the pockets, only 85 on Junie. If they execute it well, they could have get a drop on him, but it's probably a little bit too late for that now. Kauko is getting ready to push in, waiting to get rid of this Jarati effect. They're slowly getting the position here. Carpi is very aggressive, trying to pick off someone. Fed is in aggressive position as well. Gonna find Robin. 1 rocket, 2 rockets. Not enough. He's running away currently, going to charge his conch at the moment, going into the position here. Chemo trying to look for the medic, finds only Robin once again, protecting the whole combo from anyone who might go and try to get a drop onto Aga. Both medics on 100%, getting ready for this push. Their sentry is slowly being rebuilt. It's already level 3. It's going to slow this Uber push a little bit more. Robin taking so much damage, he's still alive, unable to really damage Deep Fried Monkey, who has this superior height advantage. He is currently thrusting his sandwich up, but there's Uber coming out right now, trying to take out the sentry. Aga is tagging the sentry, but Kauka's looking for kills, and look at this! Aga just jumps down the pit, goes down eventually. Unfortunately, the remaining Uber, a lot of people dead here for Nuts. Unfortunately, Kauka going down as well, and level 3 sentries. Actually, never mind, he's still up. Keep harassed by Chemo, solo on health, still trying to stay alive. Carpi trying to help him out, and Kauka trying to slash him with the sword, but it is not enough. Both of them going down eventually to Deep Fried and Chemo all together, and the level 3 sentry is still up and running. They're still trying to find something. The card is slowly also being pushed while no one's paying any attention to it, but currently looks like Zero Friends Online will be able to hold this for a little bit longer.
Yeah, definite crisis time now for Containing Nuts, as the clock falls down to 1 minute 40, and they're really going to have to get a wiggle on if they're going to want to push this card in without, well, at all. They're going to be running to have this point captured in the next 30 odd seconds for it to be possible at this point, so they've really got to pull their thumbs out as they get ready for a push there. They have been Jiraki, which was possibly perfect Jiraki, as the Uber comes out and Raban's going to get caught off playing in that under spot there. Counter comes out and actually Raban to get out with his life. I don't know how he did that, but it doesn't matter, as the only one left there in the push is Arga. I don't know what he's thinking. Finally, they managed to get the sentry on, or does it get taken back? I think it actually gets rescue ranged back. They're actually finally able to get this now just from a pretty decent push there, and they're going to have to pretty much walk this straight through here. They've got to start locking down their spawns. The sentry for Zero Friends Online already back up at level 3. In fact, yeah, it was actually just rescue range, so they're going to be pushing straight in. And Phoenix getting a really sweet little pick onto Arga there. That's going to turn the tide in completely now, and the kills are coming all in favor for Zero Friends Online. And with 30 seconds left, they've got to be watching that card, and they are. Deep Fried Monkey just committing everything to the card there. Carpy going down to some good tracking there, and it looks like now it's looking very strong. Deep Fried Monkey going to Rabat on there, not sure on where, but Chemo on a nice 2-kill streak. It's going to be able to there. They've got to be card now. Got to keep that up. That's the only thing that's Containing Nuts can do to return this into their favor. Chemo gets now on a 4K after taking down Juho and Randomize, and the Uber coming out now with only 10 seconds left. I don't even think this is doable now. The Uber comes out almost. Oh, and Fundo trying to get the kill onto Juhi. He actually does, but it's all a little too late. 1 second left, and that is it. Maybe with a few more seconds, they could have had that first round there, but they did not, and that is going to be the first round to Zero Friends Online.
And just a reminder, this is a best of 3, so depending on how Zero Friends Online and Contains Nuts will approach the next round, it could have gone to the third round, the decider, to determine the winner of this game. But this game was so full of action, I didn't even notice the time fly by. They capped the third point. They capped the third point here in the Contains Nuts in a pretty good fashion, and I didn't even notice when there was only 1 minute left on the timer. I was so focused on the action, non-stop going, and unfortunately it was just a little bit too late, like you mentioned, Chando, for them to actually do anything about the timer that they've got. It was a little bit... not enough time, but it was still much closer for comfort for Zero Friends Online than they actually hoped for. It was actually very close, and with maybe few more seconds, it could have been much worse for them, and it would have been much closer. But for now, Zero Friends Online are leading with that 1 point on Peel Upward, heading into the second round where they're going to be defending first.
Yes, really well played by both teams, actually. Some very good aggression, very fast-paced indeed. Both teams seem to have it sorted when it came to pushing as a unit, and saw some good synergy from both the flank and the combo from both sides. Very fast-paced stuff, actually. Some of the fastest games I've seen in a while, so that's always good to see. I like it when things are sort of ongoing, especially on a best of 3. It keeps the game fresh and ongoing. You don't want these long stalemates that can drag out a little bit and cause the game to get a little bit slow and cause the teams to get a little bit fatigued. So it's nice to see that there's some just fresh, crisp pushes that are just doing their job, and it's coming down to a race of who can basically just come together quicker and regroup the fastest and make a good push out of it. And they're both doing really good. So still anyone's game in this best of 3 upward, as we do get ready to go live into the second round now.
Yes, and here I'm just looking really quick look at the logs right now, and unsurprisingly, Carpy has been leading the charge with 22 kills. Second place was Chemo, the scout, on the 18, and then Bobber, the sniper, for the other team here, Zero Friends Online, with 13. And it's actually unsurprising that Carpy has been leading the charge. And he's got so many kills in the beginning of the round, in the first round. It was actually, I was getting worried that he might be unstoppable. Thankfully, Zero Friends Online have really adapted to how the sniper is played, how close he sticks to the combo, and they just didn't let him have any breathing room, any sidelines that could have stopped the enemy team from pushing in. So that's definitely deserves a really high praise to Zero Friends Online to stop Carpy. But they are getting ready very shortly to start the next round. Just going to take one more look at the medics. None of the medics actually dropped. It's actually very impressive that none of the medics have dropped. Both medics have been sticking very close to their combos and and not dropping any Ubers, popping whenever they need to. And really glad to see that both medics have been doing their job very well as the combos, protecting them and not allowing anyone to get a drop on them. Well done by both teams. And as we're getting ready for the next round, seeing how close these teams are, especially after the second round here, how close Contains Nuts were to capping the last point. I think we might go into the third round here if they change up their tactics a little bit, maybe hurry up on to pushing those points, and they're going to be setting up the timer for the enemy team here first.
Yeah, definitely. I think one thing to mention, I don't know if we can see the logs on screen at the moment. We won't have time, but Juni going only 2 deaths actually, so constantly keeping that Uber more or less throughout the entire match there. So that's really incredible stuff to see on an upward game. And yeah, so 2 deaths. He basically always had that Uber, either equal Ubers or Uber superiority there. So it's put them in a very good position there. I think if Containing Nuts are going to want to take this next win, they're going to have to put some more focus on him. Make sure that they can just use an Uber through without having it countered. He is surviving a lot of fights there, so maybe putting some pressure onto him from Carpi or from Fundo, the 2 pick classes of Containing Nuts. They might be able to start getting some better rolling strategy going and taking this next win.
Yeah, here, like I said before, is going to be Contained Nuts, who's going to be attacking first with 0 friends online, defending, putting the sentry in the exact same spot as the last round. It's been a little bit spammed there, and they actually lost the sentry position quite early. Hopefully, they will change up their strategy a little bit more to protect this from any sort of spam, maybe body block it just a little bit. Deep Fried Monkey running those very different, actually, gloves from the usual. I haven't seen them being used in a very long while. There's obviously the killing gloves of boxing, which grant crits when someone is killed. Hopefully he'll be looking for some spy kills with these and utilizing them with the minigun, which is he running right now. So once again, 15 seconds to go. There's going to be an obvious mandatory wave of respawns trying to suicide, try to get a medic force or a pop. It's a very dangerous and very tense moment for any medics ever on first points. Waiting out for those spawns, waiting out for those jumps, and timing it well, surfing the rockets. But right now, Contain Nuts moving in here, Kauko leading the charge, Robin going to soak up some damage. Juho's actually running a direct hit, trying to find that sentry as early as possible. Kauko going down, unfortunately, to a bleed from the scout here. Kimo taking that one down, pushing the card slowly. Rabon in a very aggressive position with that Thomas Lav, trying to get stabbed by Brad Molvik. Still putting up quite a lot of pressure onto the card right now. Randomizer low on health. Deep Fried Monkey going down right now. Good pick here by Carpi, allowing them to move in a little bit. Spies again. One Brad Molvik uncontested stabs Kauko, who was moving in a position here. A very important pick once again by the Spy. Currently they're kind of scrambling, waiting for people to join them. Aga is holding out in spawn very defensively, still trying to stay safe, and as they're trying to figure out how to crack this defense open.
Yeah, Brown Molvik in the nick of time, able to equalize the heavy game there for his side after Deep Fried Monkey gets taken down. And looks like now we may be seeing a push through here. Chemo going down, Teleporter as well, and they're getting now 0 friends online. They're getting very much boxed in to that little under the playground area, and you don't really want to be there. It's too easy. I guess it's too easy to get pushed and get locked in by a pyro there. They're in fact going to opt to use the Uber out, and not sure about this tactic here. I don't really know what it's going to achieve there. They're going to be caught out now as the medic gets popped up into the air, and he's going to get taken down. Is he? No, not quite. He is actually going to survive for now as the Uber comes out. I did not know how he survived that, and I do not know how that worked. But they're still fairly in control as I say that. Deep Fried Monkey getting taken down, but Polarium would take down Ran. And Cougar also going down to a good pick by Phoenix on the flank there. And for some reason, they're still holding this. I'm not really too sure why. They're bleeding a few players there. And now Polarium just playing on that top hill area, putting down some last minute damage before maybe pushing out here. Junie falling fairly low actually, so he's going to have to opt to get back. And yeah, well, they were able to hold on to that for a little bit, and in fact they still kind of are. I don't know what they're doing. Why aren't they not either fully coming to back and actually holding it? As Deep Fried Monkey and Phoenix go down, that much confirms that they're going to have to back out. Somehow they're able to very much maybe hold down about an extra 20 seconds there, so fair game to that, and they haven't exactly jeopardized their second hold yet. So whatever they were doing, it worked. I'm not sure if that was just blind luck or if the Finnish team were just not able to really secure a good push there or to regroup in time. But now going to be setting up onto second, hopefully fairly soon here.
That was actually very well done here by them, but there's an uber pop. Both sides are popping into the tunnel, so constrained here in terms of space. Polarium losing so much health, Junie losing some health to fall damage, but they're still both safe and sound and jumping away from that situation. It was kind of close for them to drop that uber. Thankfully, they were hot on their heels, and thankfully they have saved this, but there's only level 1 sentry currently being spammed by the direct hits, so annoying to deal with. The Pyro is unfortunate, and he cannot really deflect this in time, and the sentry eventually goes down. The Spencer is only level 1, is not gonna give enough heals or ammunition to hold this point, and they might need to actually sacrifice second point as a result of that. Holding the first point for an extra minute, I do believe, was a ballsy play that has worked out in a while. They had the teleporter running, so they could keep reinforcements coming to the full front line. However, right now they have to sacrifice the second point. They're still holding very close to spawn, taking down Robin, taking down Randomize. That's already 2 picks. Very well done by them. They did not expect here nuts that they would be aggressive so much here. Polarium putting out some sticky traps. Aga is calling Uber, so is Junie. They're still holding close to the entrance. Such a waiting game, because we can see everything through the wall, but they can't, as they're currently waiting out, seeing how many people, but so many people up still in the spawn area, still being healed, still have both medics have Ubers, and they're holding so aggressively. Neither of the teams really willing to take the first step. Eventually, the attacking here nuts are popping up first. A lot of flashing going on by both teams. Taking out Fondo, taking out Roland. That's 2 picks already. Ivor's getting boxed in by Randomize, but eventually getting out as the Pyro does. And they still are holding so aggressively. I mean, they took out 2 people from the enemy team, but with neither of the medics having the Uber, it's going to be very dangerous. The cart is still slowly being pushed, using this distraction, but this whole area, this whole spawn area is being completely closed in by 0 friends online. That's such a ballsy, aggressive strategy, and I love it.
Incredibly ballsy. Absolutely, and I haven't really seen this done in a long time, especially at such a high level game here, but it's really working. They're not able to push through, and they're just constantly getting taken down. Finally, Raban getting the pick onto Fenix there. Might provide a gateway. Carpi maybe trying to push in there and get a pick. In fact, Raban's going to be trying to lead it. Baits out the sticky there and gets the pick onto Chemo. And now maybe they should be thinking about pushing the cart there, but it's going to be Deeper and Monkey who's actually watching the cart there. So it's a really clever little strategy here. Very aggressive stuff, and I really like it indeed. And yeah, so now we're looking at it's kind of hit that stalemate again at the moment. And yeah, wow, really like finally the Uber comes through, and he has to get faced by a sentry. It's going to go down, but that's going to be the Uber used there. Polarium managed to take down Juho, sorry, and rest of the air team is going to be able to get out. The Uber, in fact, goes out onto Polarium now. They're pushing back in. Polarium getting isolated. Randomize doing a no. Oh lord, I spoke too soon. Chemo manages actually to save his life by taking down Randomize along with Raban. And yeah, wow, that's going to put them in a great position. Carby getting taken down as well. Boba actually doing much better than he did first game, and he's now got that sniper edge at the moment, and doing a very good job. Another headshot comes in there, so he's putting down some good damage from this choke point, and that is going to put us in a very good position. As I say that, another pick. He's just on absolute fire today, that man. And now it's back down into a little bit of a stalemate there. They've had to slow things down a little bit, and we're going to see what happens from now.
Oh, Juho was going into the position here, but was caught out by Fan, thankfully. Just completely locking him down in the little, what people call a shit house, essentially. But it is, well, like an outhouse, more like, as they're still holding very aggressively right next to the corner. Unfortunately, Parking Turtle has gone down to a pistol. Sentry going down as well. That's so unfortunate for the defending team, but they do have that Uber charge to hopefully block it a little bit longer. Here, Junie is being caught out, but not quite. He saves the Uber. He's not being focused at all. Kauko trying to find someone else, but it is not enough. And right now, there's a counter pop going on, going to Flash Chemo, going to flash the soldier. Unfortunately, it's also not enough. Chemo just loses the Uber as Kauko blows his stickies, and that is not going to be enough to save him. Bobbert eventually goes down to Carpi to a body shot, and right now The Contains Nuts are pushing the card fairly convincingly without any sentry to back the defending team up. Zero Friends Online have to back out, but they are going to assume those very advantageous positions in the windows area. Majority of the team is currently there. There's also a level 1 dispenser helping them out in the ammo department, so important. And I'm actually very surprised that the engineer managed to find time to put one there, as they're holding there very steadily. Aga has that 33% overcharge only, Junie 60 right now, so we might look at a dry push anytime soon, as neither of the medics has that overcharge. Very crucial here. Few people going down. Carpi Juho, 40 attackers, that's only 7 people up to push this cart. They're trying to put a lot of people on it, push it as far as possible before the next push, before the next Uber, but Johnny is going to reach his 100% before Aga does, which will give the defenders a little bit more of a breathing room, still holding in that top area.
Yeah, they can certainly just sit back now and relax there. Both snipers actually went down. I was going to say Boba going down would actually open up some potential there. Looks like now Aga actually gets dropped. Bramovic from Norway, what a player, takes down Aga. Good stab there, and now that's going to put the driving seat in the hands of Zero Friends Online, even more so. Polarium taking that Uber now, takes down Calco. Looks like he's going to be able to take down Carpi as well. Good sticky placements there, and now he's backing out there. Actually gets taken down by Randomize, to a good reflect there. He's going for the chase as well, as it's just Junie and Boba now, and then Randomize is really set on trying to get that pick there. He actually has to back out there, get killed by Boba, sorry. But good placement there. He was ready on the exit area to take down Polarium, and almost able to get Junie there, but just missed out a little bit. Boba getting taken down. Body shot by Carpi. So now Carpi's going to have that good angle there. This is a really good angle for Sniper if you can take down the enemy one. And you can just start playing the cart a little bit. So maybe we'll be seeing some of that. Currently, they're just biding their time and seeing what they can get. Ivor getting stabbed. Junie getting stabbed. Fundo just absolutely getting in there. Another Uber's coming out there, wasting no time. Got to try and take down that sentry now. Not going to last long. Finally gets taken down. Deep Fried Monkey as well goes down. Brand Molvik as well. Calco, sorry, getting taken down. No demo is going to be able to mean that there's no locking off of those spawns, but it's not going to matter. The cart's in a good position. Good Jurati. It's going to force the Pyro to back up there. Cougar gets killed as well, so... And now they're actually able to regroup really nicely. Mason still holding that sentry strong. 2 picks there. And now Randomize as well, getting killed. I really don't know. Juho done a lot of work. He's on a 3k. He's just playing up on that top area. He just won that blooming game so well. And holy moly, just manages to get a nice 3k without even really trying that hard. Just holding on that top area and just allowed his team just to cruise that car into the pit.
Well, 10 minutes is a very respectable time. Before, it was Zero Friends Online who have managed to get a little bit of a better time, so that will allow them to pick whether they would like to choose the attacking or the defensive side if it comes to the third round. However, they still have 10 minutes to go on the offense right now. The red team here, Nuts, are currently setting up once again in the same exact spot they did last time, right next to the rock, a little bit more protected, a little bit less defense for the team. And wow, that last team fight with Fundo, who has gotten the medic and has gotten the heavy, I do believe, with those nice chain stabs. It was so crucial for Contains Nuts to actually push in at the right exact time with that Uber charge at the ready, should anything happen. It was such a crucial action there by the Spy, such a crucial play, and thanks to that, they managed to finally break through those defenses that they were setting up here, Zero Friends Online, and now they have to beat the time that the Contains Nuts have set for them. Currently moving into the position, slowly pushing the cart, getting ready into position. Fan is moving aggressively, Spy checking the rocks. Very important here, as the Spy for the enemy team has been quite problematic so far. I mean, Fundo has been doing quite a lot of work, especially on the last point. Moving into position here, Kimo is going to pop her down. Cougar taking quite a lot of damage. Fan jumps in, but gets taken down by Robin. Unfortunately, not quite enough, but Polarium jumps so high up in the sky, puts up a few sticks underneath them feet, but that is definitely not enough to take down the soldier. She gets killed down as well, and the car is still slowly being inched forward by Deep Fried Monkey, getting taken down by the sniper here. Carpi once again showing what he can do on the first point, just as Bobbert, who has picked up last round. And then right now they're just waiting for some reinforcements. Once again, it's going to be a wave of resources, I believe. Fen is going to flank position, trying to take down randomized solo of health. Finally gets taken down. That's Pyro down for the next push. So important. They're moving into the position here. Junie is pushing in with Polarium. Polarium gets flashed as well as Ivor, trying to take down the Sentry, rushing at it. Sentry is still up, not being too damaged. They're being pushed away by Kauko, and Aga is still alive, using that Uber charge to save the teammates. Thankfully, they're still up, but look at this. Brown is taking down Heavy, taking down Spy, the Engineer, and taking down the Sentry as well. And that will allow Zero Friends Online to push into the first point and hopefully continue on onto the second.
Brad Molvik has been an absolute beast this game. That was an insane 3k, completely changed the tides with that first point there. Fondo actually did a lot of work in taking down Deep Fry Monkey, and I think it was someone else and on that push, but Brad Molvik just comes back and ones up him and absolutely devastated that first point there. And he gets back again with a backstab onto Kauko as I say that. So that's going to really put Containing Nuts into a passive position here, as the Zero Friends Online combo have already taken it upon themselves to push across the top area of the second point. Now they're in a good position now. The high bomb from Phoenix trying to get onto something. Carpy's a good pick onto Deep Fry Monkey, and Cougar gets onto Fennec. Ivor getting killed. Carpy on a nice little 2k. Doing a bit of work there. Can he follow it up? Parking Turtle getting backstabbed by Fundo there. The Uber's going to come out. Junie getting taken down. Cougar with a nice little play there with this combo for a bit. And he isn't finished. He is going forward still by the looks of it. Finally, actually managed to take down Bubba before getting rocketed into the respawn queue by Phoenix there. And now Roban going to be playing a little bit aggressive here in that shed area. In fact, no, it's going to be Thunder that gets the stab onto Deep Fried Monkey, playing a little bit away from his combo there. And Carby getting down Parking Turtle, Phoenix. And now they're just sacking so many players. Polarium as well. Juho getting a nice little pick onto Polarium there. That's going to slow things down. They really need to be thinking about regrouping properly here. They're just sacking too many players. Containing Nuts. Play this aggressive playstyle and continue playing it as long as they haven't respawned there. Juho going in for a bomb there. Getting Boba very weak before getting tracked down by Chemo. Raban as well getting stabbed. This could be changing the situation here a little bit. Looks like it's going to be going onto Polarium. As I say that, gets taken down by a sticky trap on. I think it was being hidden by the ammo pack there. So that's a nice little clever play there. Now pushing into Shed here. They might be thinking about using here. Spy's going to come through. Doesn't manage to actually get anything. Gets caught out by Ivor there. Looks like now they're going to be getting ready to use him. They might not have to though, as they already get the point there. High bomb. And he's going to be going all the way to the back lines. That actually gets picked off just in the nick of time there. But nice try anyway. Now with almost 100%, could see Junie getting ready to push in here. Looks like Finns have decided not to play the same aggressive hold as their rival enemies for today. Instead opted for the more orthodox standard hold here. The Sentry now just getting built. Deep Fried Monkey getting taken down, along with Bramolvik. Bobbert as well. Carpy doing a lot of good. But as the Uber comes in, they don't have players to back up from Zero Friends Online. This looks like it could go in favor of Containing Nuts. Yeah, they didn't really have to even think about moving. Parking Turtle got taken down as well as did Ivor. And yeah, it looks like they're going to be able to hold pretty safely on this third point.
Yeah, here, unfortunately, Junie had to actually get out of the area. He was quite low on health. He was not able to follow up with the team, and using the rest of this Uber, just running away to safety, making sure he's alive for the next pushes. If should follow. Here, Chemo is the only person who's actually pushing the cart right now, being currently spammed by the enemy team, but he's still keeping alive fairly long, finally getting cleaned up by Cougar. Quite important here, and Juho gets completely blasted off the edge of the map, falling down here. Polarium is right now on the card duty, trying to push up just a little bit. The Sentry is so far back. Bran Molvik will have to do something about this right now. This Engineer kind of unprotected, going all the way back. Quite a few kills being exchanged here. Carpy Cougar going down both. That's 2 down for the defenders. Very important as Junie is getting close to his Uber charge. 100% about to hit. Aga is 100% as well. There's going to be an exchange fairly soon. Aga is holding very defensively in the drop down area. They're getting spammed. Sentry getting zapped there and eventually going down. Uber has been popped on both sides. So scattered right now. Aga is not sure what to do right now. You know, there's a Bland Molvik on her right now, or on him. I'm so sorry, but it gets jumped in there, and Bland Molvik eventually finishes him off with that L'étranger. going in and securing Zero Friends Online this massive advantage of about 40%. Carpi getting down Fen, that's such an important pick here, and such a beautifully done as they're still pushing the card, taking down top area here, top windows. Only Fondo is there. No, it's not spotted yet. He's not spotted. He takes down the heavy, takes down Polarium. He's still going in for Bobbert and Junie, but it's not gonna be enough here. Followed by Cougar. One meat shot, two meat shots. Bobbert solo health takes him down with a quick scope. What is this going on right now, Bobbert? Insane play, but it is enough to allow the defensive team to stabilize here. It contains nuts. Oh, so close to losing that point, but thankfully they're still alive thanks to this amazing spy play. Oh my god. Aga going down, however, Bran is still on the prowl, taking down the medic for the defensive team. Junie is about to hit 80%. That's so important here. They're still up in the ramparts, as some would say. They're still protecting this spot. Fondo is trying to look for something, fooling the enemy team, thinking that it's not him, actually. There's only a mini sentry up. This is desperate for the defensive team. Contagious only had 3 minutes to hold this point, and they're already losing so many players. They're so scattered. They don't have the positions. They're still moving in. Robin, Aga, and Randomized going into the card, getting taken down. Uber has been popped on Junie and Deep Fried Monkey. There's only 2 of them are alive, getting bopped and popped as Fondo is still there, trying to... Cougar is gonna chase down Deep Fried Monkey, getting also killed by Polarium. Solo and help the team on the offense here. Blue team, Fondo is the hero who's stopping the car from being pushed over, but it's just not enough. As the car eventually gets in, and Zero Friends Online gain themselves the win of PL Upward in Season 23, advancing them a little bit further into the playoff stage.
Yeah, really nice stabs there from both spies, but Bram Mulvig getting some incredible stabs onto Arga there, just completely solidified that game, both in the first point and the last point, and yeah, really kept the flow for Zero Friends Online. They were just able to continuously roll with that Uber advantage there. Don't get me wrong though, Thunder also doing a lot of work equally, taking down the combo for Zero Friends Online just countless times. So both spies really deserve the MVP for this game. So much work, but yes, Zero Friends Online are going to take the win for this one. Very well deserved, very good synergy indeed between them. Yeah, I mean, I thought they had it as they basically wiped Containing Nuts on third point. I thought maybe they can roll this through. Then all of a sudden, like, they were able to reconsolidate, and then Bram Mulvig from Norway once again proving himself. Very up-and-coming player. We really got to watch out for him. He's just been doing so much work. If I'm not mistaken, did a lot of work, in fact, for the Norwegian national team, who were serious underdogs of the most recent Highlander Nations Cup. And yeah, so he's definitely a player you got to be watching out for. A lot of potential in that one. And yeah, wow. GG to Zero Friends Online.
It was so well done. I'm just going to have a quick look at the logs of the second round here. And unsurprisingly here, Bran Mulvig is second in terms of kills, 23, only succeeded by Polarium on 24. Third one is Cougar, the scout for Contains Nuts, with 20 kills to his name, 5 of them on the spy, trying to do the spy checking duty. But it is so well done by both of the teams. Giving us such an entertaining game for, you know, what many people would have said in the chat, that it's just a middle game. It was so entertaining to watch. Haven't had this much fun in a Highlander game in a long while, and it was just constant action going on. So well done to both teams. Well done to Zero Friends Online, who have succeeded in this match here, moving forward with that 1+ point. But this is not enough, obviously, of the Highlander action going on this KritzKast channel, on the Twitch channel of KritzKast, with us at least. There's still a few more games of UGC going on, at least 1.5 months left of the league. There's still a playoff stage. There's still next one more map waiting for us before we finally get into the playoff stage at the very least. And I just wanted to use this time to also do a little shout out here, as obviously you can see that our casting team is a little bit short on people here. It's only Chando, CJ, me, and eventually, you know, some people kind of come and go. Unfortunately, we are kind of short on people. So if you think that you are capable of doing casting for us for TF2, devoting one Monday a week at least to do some casting, do some commentating on this fantastic game that has given us so much joy so far, please don't hesitate to write us at KritzKast on Twitter or join our Discord group. Everything should be down below in the description of the channel here on KritzKast. Definitely give it a try. We'll look into every single application here, so definitely just keep trying. You know, we'll give you a shot, and we'll see. Maybe we'll get some new talents, new amazing people. Maybe someone much better than I am. Yes, I'm just kind of like average. You know, I'm just okay, but hopefully there'll be much better people here. And once again, thank you very much, guys, for watching. Do stay tuned every single Monday, 20 CST or 21 CST, depending on the game. My name has been Jake. Today with me in the casting booth, fantastic Chando, and obviously the wonderful Wiethoofd on the production, doing splendid job so far, and I love him so much for this. Thank you very much again, and see you guys later.